Hello guys, this video will show you how you can use the Tesselate modifier to give yourself a certain kind of a look when you're designing things, which is good for certain types of objects and designs. So if I were to create, let's say, a plane, and I'll go ahead and give this a different object color. Alright, I'll go ahead and just make it simple. Alright, so let's say I go ahead and I make some basic details here. Alright, something like this. It does look like much, but if you have the right modifiers, you can actually turn this into a pretty interesting object. So let's apply the modifiers. We have symmetry. That's to start off. Next, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to separate the shell, symmetry and shell with add a poly, just because, guys, when you use symmetry and shell together, I find it has some strange results sometimes. Alright, we're going to increase the shell value here. We're going to scroll down here and then make sure straighten corners is on. And here's the thing, guys. I've shown you different types of workflows here. I've shown you, of course, using support loops. So, that would involve, using support loops right here. The problem is that slows things down and it makes the mesh more complex, more difficult to add for the detail. It's always good to keep things as simple as possible. Of course, sometimes you do need more detail if you want really small details, but that's saved for the ending, for the last part of the modeling process. All right. We also, of course, have the data channel workflow as well, but I want to show you a different type of workflow, which is by applying Tesselate. We want to go ahead and switch to the square option here. We're going to make this 0, and we're going to do how sharp you want it to be. 2 is a good number. Then you can apply turbo smooth on top. And what you get, guys, is this kind of design, this kind of look, without needing to mess with anything else. You can go into Tesselate, for example. If it's really simple, you can make it 3. And then just for the sake of faster efficiency, I'll make this 1, for example, alright? Then you can go ahead and just copy all these modifiers. You can go ahead and just click here, hold shift, click there, right click, copy. And so, guys, now all you have to do is just kind of work with this here, and you will find that you get really good results. Keep it simple. Easily make some cuts, add small details as well. Sometimes you may need to fix the topology up a little bit. Not much though. You can get away with that, for example. Now, of course, guys, the downside is that there are no curved edges here. That's kind of the downside of this workflow. And despite that, I think it's very good for a lot of things still. We can apply FFD. Maybe make this more interesting. But this is definitely something, guys, you can use to get a specific kind of approach, specific kind of detail. We can then apply add a poly on top of shell to add further detail here. Now what you'll notice here, guys, is that if I just select this, and then and I've got space to set end result, it's only going to tessellate the selected parts right here. In order to stop the behavior, you can put add a poly on top of symmetry. And now this way, no matter what is selected, it's going to go ahead and tessellate everything. So you can have fun cutting here. Straighten things out. And you will find you have an interesting result. This technique, guys, is also very good if you have a triangulated mesh. So if you want an easy way to use this, go ahead and I'll delete everything here. Alright, go ahead and just triangulate this. So I'll go ahead and just do that. And I'll go ahead into generate topology and then turn it to this. Alright. Alright guys, that's how you can use this technique. Thank you for watching and take care.